Whoop.
Uh-oh.
Stop pressing buttons.
Wow.
You pressed the wrong button.
What wrong button? I just went to settings, bro.
Yeah, and whatever you press, it advanced the show.
It invested. Oh, I don't know, bro. I'm just trying to get to the settings thing, man. I don't know what that thing be doing. Like, bro, hold on. There we go. Why didn't go to that camera to begin with? There we go. Dumb thing. Okay. Whoa. About time they sped that clock up. You bastards. Sheesh. Alright, full screen. There we go, right there. Sweet. Sweet.
What up, Johnny? So for those who don't know, Mr. Hi-Lite is in the middle of fantasy draft, so he will definitely be distracted. So if you see him dip in and out, it's because he's in the middle of his predictions.
Well, all right.
But I got a show to do, so we're gonna go ahead and push this button and get the show on the road, because your boy got a early morning tomorrow and I'm not wasting any time. I'm getting this show done so we can vibe. All right.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand to your feet and make noise for Gresh Unleashed.
Let's go! When the club go around here, I'm a cactus. Bang, bang, gang, I don't owe you jack. When I'm in the ring, it's just me and my best friends. OC cutting no slack. Hollywood Miz, you can put me on the A-list. Gresh Unleashed, better put it on your playlist. Me and my fam be ballin' like the Bruce. Fight night, baby, hard hitting like Sheamus. Family first, yes, bloodline business. Winning all the gold, look at how they witness. I was taught to be the greatest. 1,000 days I'm running, check out the book of Guinness. Coolin' with the baddies in the baddie section. Guarantee you they ain't jaded. Yellow, you baby face, I ain't feeling your gimmick. The fans think it's overrated. Brock Lesnar on the beast. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag. Coming live from the west to the east. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bringing content on a daily. Feeling like Gresh Unleashed.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the Gresh Unleashed podcast. This is episode 85 of the show that brings you the good vibes to the best of our abilities. Joining you as always, the voice that does the most, the purveyor of mischief, Gresh. And joining me as always is my main man, my right-hand man, my partner in them, the voice of the Unleashed anthem, Mr. Hi-Lite Real, the Prince of Botch himself. Don't unmute yourself. I got you, brother. What is good with you?
I was just grabbing my tea. Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, I hear you. The nigga tree is real.
What? Grabbing tea? What's nigga?
I'm grabbing my tea. You know, we down here in the South, we drink tea. We the niggas down here. That's the nigga tree.
Yeah, but do they drink Gold Peak tea where it's cane sugar?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Hey, man, ain't nothing I can say about that one then, brother. You know. But what's up, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Hi-Lite Real, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the one. I'm in the middle of a fantasy football draft, so your boy is multitasking in a good way. I just drafted already. my second time around, so now I just got another while to go. We got 10 more rounds left, so it's a while. I'm placed third. It's snake draft. It goes in reverse. Fantasy football players, y'all know how it goes. So we good. I'm just waiting around now.
So whenever you catch him muting himself, so we won't pick it up on the mic, he's in the middle of a pick. But hey, y'all already know how I do with these shows. Like we here for a good time, not a long time. Just letting y'all know right here, right now. I peeped All In. I did not watch Raw. I watched the highlight. I got the highlights on YouTube and Twitter.
Yep.
And we just finished watching NXT, which outside of Rosemary popping up representing Wendy Chu and that intense face-to-face between Wesley and Zachary Wentz, I keep about to call him his NXT name. Nothing much really happened on NXT. Okay. Oh, and Jada Parker smacking the fire out of Roxanne Perez. Like, she literally smacked the shit out of her. Like, I sent you the clip, so whenever you get around to it, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Like, she punched she smacked like, you heard it. Like, you know how they say slap the leg? She ain't slapped no leg. She slapped her face.
Boy.
And they also teased basically somebody debuting after that women's title match. Because she was like, what are you doing here? So we're gonna get somebody, but yeah, we'll definitely talk about that during the preview predictions for No Mercy that goes down this Sunday. But yeah, outside of that, NXT was it was pre-taped, so it's like if you missed it, Jada Parker said, what does the five fingers say to the face? Smack. But yeah, if you missed NXT, it was taped. It was taped last week before the crew went over to Bash in Berlin. So hey, man. Other than that, yeah. But yeah, what you been outside of fantasy football? What you been up to, brother?
For the most part, brother. Let's see. Celebrated a homie's birthday. Happy birthday again, Megan. Actually, 3 August. Happy birthday to my big sis. Who celebrated on yesterday. Happy birthday to my niece, who turned the big 23, so happy birthday yet again to you. And it was a lot of that. And wedding. So congratulations to the Ricketts on basically becoming newlyweds. So they're on their honeymoon vacation.
The come again?
The Ricketts?
Ricketts?
He's Jamaican. Yeah, he's Jamaican.
Oh. I'm like, nah, for some reason I thought you said the Niggets. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was like,
no, the Ricketts. Like with an R.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
all good.
That sounds made. That sounds made the fuck up.
Nah, man, it was a vibe, man. Listen, let me tell you this though. If you've never been to granted, Angela is 100% black. She's from Miami, but her husband is Jamaican. And one thing with those Jamaicans over the weekend, if you've never been to a Jamaican-style wedding, trust you me, y'all, you don't know what you're missing. Jamaicans, Africans, Haitians. Those are like some of the 3 best weddings you could ever be to. And the food, let's kiss all the time. Shout out to that
because they know how to season.
Man, come on, brother.
They know how to season.
They had that tender, real tender off the bone jerk chicken. They had that rice and beans, you know what I'm saying? They had the what was that with it? Oh, the rice. Oh my God. Yeah, you know. Look. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's what it was all about.
Jamaican style, anything is top tier. That's what.
No lies there, brother. Jamaican and Asian are the 2 things you can't go wrong on, man. And good soul food in the South, depending on who cooking.
True. Depending on who cooking, definitely depending on who cooking it. Because there's some people down here from the South that it's like, just.
Yeah, because some people
just
too
get
much
the paper
salt
plates,
stuff, too much season, and it's like, bro, you don't need all that in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the right amount of salt.
It defeats the purpose. It defeats the purpose. Like, bro, just get the paper plates. Don't cook. Just go get the paper plates. We need paper plates. Matter of fact, go get the ice because I feel like you're gonna get the wrong paper plates. Go get the ice.
Get the ice. That's all you need. Come on
Get
now.
the ice because you suck at cooking. Like you heavy handed with the salt, but nothing else. Just give me salty ass mac and cheese and salty ass chicken.
Yeah, man. And remember, we don't eat everybody mac and cheese because everybody can't cook.
No, man, that reminded me of a story one time when one of my youngest cousins had dug into somebody's mac and cheese and a big old egg yolk fell out the mac and cheese. It was raw. I said, "Oh, I think the fuck not." Yeah, he ate it, and I said he scooped it up because you know how down here in the South, if you eat, they give you everything, even if you're not gonna eat it. They give you everything that is cooked. You cannot be a picky eater down here. If you're a picky eater, you better go to Douglasville. But if you're in Atlanta, you cannot be a picky eater. Because the moment you become a picky eater is the moment you get in trouble or cussed out or both by the cook. But yeah, man. After that, I said nah, because you don't eat everybody's mac and cheese. You don't drink everybody's sweet tea because some people don't even know how to make it right.
Too much sugar, too little sugar. It gotta be just right, y'all. Just right.
Just right. And you gotta cook it. You gotta not cook it. You gotta like the water. You gotta warm it up so that way when you let the sugar sit in there, you let it like pretty much cook itself within the tea. Then you put some ice in there, put it in the refrigerator, and then there you go. I just put y'all up on game.
And then what's funny? The same can be applied, ladies and gentlemen, to lemonade. It's the same exact recipe. Put the lemons in that hot water, put that sugar in it, let it sit. Then pour that thing in there. And you can put a little bit of sugar, a little extra sugar in there, but you really won't even need it. Because once it's boiled into them lemons, it's going to have a natural taste.
I've been there before. Mine is cussed out. Yeah, you ain't met my parents. Or my grandparents. Trust me. Or my aunts and uncles. They will cuss you out. You better eat all that damn food. I'm trying to tell you.
Eat that food. Gotta love life in the South, man. But other than that, brother, how about you before we get started? How about you, man? You been good?
I've been on the show literally. Like for those people who are new around here, I wish I was like most content creators and was able to do wrestling content. Like I wish I was able to make that my lifestyle, but I am like the title in all my bios is 100% accurate. I am a production engineer specialist. So if I am booked on the show, that takes priority because those pay the bills. Those keep the funds rolling in this brand that we've been creating for over a decade. So I've been on the show. It's it was ran by Black people. One thing about us, we either get it 100% right, or we get it, or it's just 100% chaos. And fortunately, I'm working with engineers who know what the hell they're doing, so the chaos is manageable. But come on, Black people, we gotta get it. We gotta get it so much better together. No last minute stuff because you drive people crazy. You like one of the MCs was like, I want to do a sound check. We out here thinking, oh, she about to do a full on sound check. She just said mic check 1 2. So you wasted all of our time. You cut our lunch in half for you to just say mic check 1 2. I could have did that.
Exactly, bro.
And then they started off with a party to kind of like set the mood. And when we was done, because we got done by around midnight Monday, so that's the reason why I was watching. I missed Raw because I was operating a party. But on the way out, I literally saw somebody on the floor in the hotel lobby, empty glass of I'm pretty sure it was either vodka or whatever she was drinking. Like she was stumbling around. She literally had her phone in her hand and she tried to prop it up against an empty glass. Keep in mind, a phone is heavy. you have to have either a solid foundation, a drink, or something to kind of put it in, like make it make sense. She didn't think that through because she's wasted out of her mind. I literally walked by her and she was like, can you? I looked at her, I looked at my phone, and I said, I am off the clock, and I just kept walking. But I'm pretty sure after I left, she was still trying to prop that phone up against that empty glass, drunk as shit, dress rolling up. And I'm like, I can't get that drunk. I refuse to get that drunk to where I just look sloppy. Like, you know that Megan Thee Stallion song?
Yeah.
Was Glorilla's song with Megan. White boy wasted, Channing Tatum. Well, this woman was white girl wasted, Sarah Palin.
Oh. Ooh, I was not expecting that one, homie. What? Sarah Palin? God dang.
I threw it back, didn't I?
Heck yeah, you did. Boy, good Lord. Man, start the show on that note. Start the show. Hey, let's get rolling, bro. Let's get the rolling.
Let's look at the chat right quick while we get the rolling. What up, Marty? What up, Cam? I see you in the chat. Appreciate you for stopping by. Told to follow my dogs.
Marty got to hop in here with us, goddamn. If he got some time.
Yeah, we'll bring him back. You know, this man stay busy and booked. Beast over on Twitch. Was it a real glass? And did she cry a river? She was drunk out of her mind. It was a real glass, but she was drunk out of her mind, so she probably cried herself to sleep because she looked delusional. So
she also cried herself a river in the process.
Yeah. So white girl wasted, Sarah Palin. Let's start the show. And speaking of that, pay-per-view Fallout. Did we peep All In? Did you peep All In, my brother?
We peeped it, my brother. We peeped it.
What'd you think about it overall? Like, I have highlights. I'm not finna break down everything. If you ain't seen it by now, it's Tuesday. If you ain't seen it by now, that's your business. But yeah, I have my highlights. But what did you think of the show?
Let's go, because we got quite on this one, man. Honestly, so I love this year's even more than last year's in terms of presentation. It really, you can, if you didn't say it for last year, it's official to say that this is pretty much their WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen, because like everything gave WrestleMania vibes. Like everyone got mostly the special entrances, as far as the big names anyway, and the big fight feuds got those special entrances. Matches, most of them, majority of them were pretty much bangers. And we're gonna get into it with the ones we talk about matches wise, so I won't wait till we get to certain matches we talk about. But as far as this pay-per-view as a whole, you can tell that they're getting bigger and better with this, and it just sets the standard for Dallas, which is why I'm personally excited. Me and Gresh talked about this off air on yesterday. You know, we're already in discussions for potentially getting for All In next year because it's looking real stellar. And if they keep this trend, no telling what it's going to look like when they get out there to Dallas at AT&T Stadium. Traffic going to be crazy, but it's going to be a fun show, I'm sure. Exactly. But they say that's one of the worst stadiums when it comes to traffic, though. Like, we thought Philly was bad. They say that is hard to get out of.
Prepare to walk. That's all I will say. Just aim for a hotel that's downtown, but just prepare to walk. Literally. That's literally what I'm going to do.
Well, the problem with that stadium is there's not really a hotel near it. Except they did tell me at one time there's some hotel near there that is like for the Cowboys players or something like that, like their family members and stuff. But I
Makes
don't know
sense
if,
because it's like,
yeah,
yeah, it makes sense.
yeah, because it's like you see it on the expressway and it's kind of like there. It stands out in the middle of nowhere in a sense almost. So like, I don't know. It's possible, but we gonna have to see.
Facts. If we go, so yeah, I lived in Dallas for a couple of months in 2019 before the pandemic. So yeah, that traffic's gonna be shit. The roads are bumpy. The people are not friendly. Well, certain people like, and yeah, and the racism is everywhere, but theirs is
Not the
exceptionally
race.
high. So
Oh, it's the racism. Okay.
the racism, yeah. So it's like it's exceptionally high, but it's like it's everywhere, but it's exceptionally high there. But other than that, I'm intrigued with Dallas and see what they're gonna do with All In, because All In, yeah, I agree with your statement. All In is pretty much their WrestleMania, even though All Out used to be, because of the whole, that was the first, well, no, Double or Nothing used to be because that was the whole like first pay-per-view that they did. But yeah, All In pretty much took the cake. And as far as the chat is, some people say they like last year's better than this year or vice versa. I kind of agree with you there. I enjoyed this year a little bit more than last year,
Yeah.
but I would
The build
say
was better.
I enjoy both. The build this year was, certain matches was like compared to last year. But other than that, yeah, it was pretty fun. Like, I know some people, like I see the chat, like some people say it was great overall. It was some matches I just didn't care for.
You and me
And there were
both.
some matches that I watched more than once. I literally watched a match before we went on live, just to run it back. And I guess that's the match that we can start off with first, and that is the main event. That is Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland for the World Heavyweight Championship. You already know, man. It had to be done. It had to be done. Soon as they said it would be title versus career, I knew, you knew, everybody knew. Bryan was winning. What you think about this match, man?
You know, I was still holding on to my Swerve pick there though, because I was like, it's for Swerve to get that one win on Bryan since he didn't get the win the first time they met, and it would have been nice in a situation like this. But that was my
He
only
is 0
gripe.
2.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like if this was gonna happen, y'all could have let Swerve get the win that first time they matched up then, just to make this a little even. But I was like, it's cool. At some point down the line, I'm sure, hopefully, I don't know. That's the tricky part because he's champion now, so I don't know. Because more than likely, he's now gonna lose the title probably at Wrestle Dream. So by that point, we know it's like over for him. So I don't know. Hopefully, Swerve can get that win back or something, but I don't know. It looks kind of thin right now. But I knew we talked about that Hangman factor. God dang it, I knew that mother freaker was gonna find some kind of way. Because if he found a way to get involved where I'm like, man, see,
He got involved without touching Swerve. So that's the story that they're telling. And I was like, yeah, he's getting involved because me and you both, it's like we thought he was going to, because I thought he was going to win the Battle Royal and pretty much screw or basically take the title from like say your pick actually happened and Swerve retained. I was like, okay, they're gonna run back Swerve and Hangman at World's End to kind of end the feud. No, they just used Hangman as a way to pretty much screw Swerve without touching him. Because he got distracted, and then that's when he got hit with the Busaiku knee.
Yeah,
and that was.
I love how many Busaiku knees it took. Because at the end of the day, like, Swerve did really look incredibly strong even in defeat, and this really
I like that.
him.
I like that story they was telling too, where it was like Bryan hit the cycle knee, but Swerve pretty much was like they was telling that story of Bryan is getting weak. If his usually impactful Busaiku knee will put you away, and Swerve was like, that's it, and then he just hit him with the house call.
Yeah. It was man, we can make a argument for it. Swerve, you know, I know some people had their feelings about him from when he won this title, you know, as far as our culture people. But I don't care what you say about the man in terms of where he's at with his culture. In case Marty's watching, because I know what you mean, Marty. You know, this is out of love, brother. But at the end of the day, get a man his flowers for the fact that he carried that crap, even with what we may say about how they chose to present him as champion in terms of, like, you know, he didn't always, I mean, at least he got to go out on top main eventing in a sense with this title, and it made it look a big deal, but they're going to probably blame that more on, well, this is Bryan's retirement tour versus, oh no, this is Swerve putting that confidence, that meaning and that prestige behind the fact, like, yeah, I'm champion. I'm gonna do this to you because I need this and I want this. And he left it out there. He left it all out there in that ring, man. Him and Bryan both. And at the end of the day, that conversation about best AEW World Champion, Swerve is now in that conversation, in my opinion, regardless of how long this title reign was. His match caliber, from what he did with Ospreay, what he did here, even the matches that people may or may not have seen, like him and Claudio, that was a banger. You get what I'm saying? Like, Swerve, to me, arguably might surpass MJF's title reign, personally, in my opinion.
MJF's title reign fumbled with me with that, the way it ended. That home stretch was just god awful.
Yeah, like I'm putting his top 2 or top 3 because he's right up there with Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega to me. When you talk about, like, their best champions so far. You're right. He did. Hey, Marty, he did get that bag. I saw he signed that extension in the pre-show and was like, "Oh, all right, okay." So much for WWE poaching.
Listen. At the end of the day, I have, like, this is my stance on pretty much Swerve. Like, in ring, one of the best, great. Personally, you already know how I am. I don't know the guy.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how he represents his culture. That's his business. He don't I have this philosophy in life that nobody represents me but me. Facts. And my bloodline, my direct bloodline.
Facts.
So if you feel like Swerve is disrespecting or not representing you well, that's your prerogative, not mine. So if we out here praising Swerve for putting the, I guess you can say, the culture on a pedestal, no matter how he got it, then so be it. If that doesn't sit right with you, I'm sorry you feel that way, but that's just how we feel. So shout out to Swerve for being the first Black World Champion. Will it happen again? I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it too. Somebody's gonna get it again after him. It'll just, knowing them, we can't call. I mean, it could be Ricochet. You know, Ricochet is Black. We'll get into him when he gets down the line. You know, it could be.
Oh yeah, unless Ricochet gets sucked into the Jericho vortex, and then we're screwed.
Please don't wish that on him, man. We'll get to that when we get to that. But don't put that on that man, bro. He is no. So no. But
I'm just trolling.
I got one more thought before we move on with this though. Definitely top 10, top 5 match of the year for sure. But shout out to Bryan Danielson and the fact that he has not once but twice done a major program for a championship, the main championship, with an African American male. You know, he gave us Kofi Mania, and he gave us this classic right here. And I don't care what anybody says, Kofi Mania was the main event, god dang it, because that very WrestleMania, everybody was waiting for that moment. And that's when the crowd died after that.
Everybody was tired. That was like a 10-hour WrestleMania, literally. If you watched the
Exactly.
pre-show, it was longer.
But think about it. It took a match, and they were holding their energy for that Kofi moment because that's what they wanted. Low key, that would have been the main event, but I get it. They were doing the women's thing at the time, so they had to do that. You know, let the ladies get their main event.
Which is, and outside of Bianca and Sasha, that hasn't happened again.
So far, yeah, you're right. It hasn't. We'll see if that changes this year. I don't know if it will. We'll see.
Wow. I just thought about that. Wow. But yeah, shout out to Birdie too, because she forgot she wanted her daddy to retire. Because she kept cheering and going crazy. But yeah, she forgot. She legit forgot her daddy. She wanted her daddy to retire. She was like, "Yo, this shit is fire."
Exactly, bro.
And also, you said what?
I was gonna say I heard people talk about his son too, like how they were already seeing flashes of just what he'll be 20 years from now when he starts to get to the business. You know what I mean? Like you can just tell, like, oh, he gonna emulate everything, like 2.0.
I wouldn't be surprised if Buddy says he wants to wrestle in the future. I would not be surprised. Now, someone who I would be surprised is Birdie, because I know the way Bryan be talking in interviews, like she's over it. So, we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how it goes. Okay, all right.
Yeah, but delusion works in my case because Bryan Danielson actually won. Because I told you I had no faith. I had no faith. I've been saying that for the past month and a half. I said I have no faith that this man, because every time this man went after a world title or a title in general, he kept losing. I said, you know what? I'm finna give up. Screw it. He's gonna retire. Birdie, you get your wish. But this man said, you know what? I got a lot left in the tank. Word to Mark Henry. So he won the world title. He won the world title, and you know what? I listen. I peeped the clips of the media scrum. You can tell he's pretty much about to retire like any day now. So it's up to if he wants to vacate the title or if he wants to drop the title at World's End, which I hopefully it's the latter and not the former, because just vacating it was like, what's the point of taking it off Swerve in the first place? You could have just had Swerve to retain it if he was just going to retire anyway.
Yeah, you're right, because they did that with Sting, and we'll talk about that one too, because that was a little, interesting. But yeah, you're right. I hope they don't do that, because. But yeah, man, I think again, solid main event, up there with one of their best main events of all time for All In, for sure. I know it's not a lot of history on it just yet, but I would put it up there, top 3 at least.
Speaking of top 3 moments, we have the in-ring return of the one and only Nigel McGuinness, Bryan Danielson's biggest hater.
Yeah, that
this was a legit moment.
We gotta debate which one of these. I've been hearing people kind of debate pop of the night for this show, and there was a lot that you can argue about, because Bryan Danielson winning the title got a pretty big pop, very WrestleMania 30-esque, if you will, and this definitely received a huge pop, if I do say so.
Jamie Hayter got a pop on the pre-show. She
did. Ricochet got a pop, for his Sting got a pop. Pretty big pop for him coming and returning. I said there's some pops you can argue about.
I would probably say Bryan winning the title was the biggest, because they went apeshit for a good minute.
Okay.
Until his kids came in there, then they kind of simmered down a little bit.
They kind of simmered down a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But it's neck and honestly, I feel like it's neck and neck. It's a 3-way neck and neck between Nigel, Jamie, and Bryan winning. The reason why I didn't put Ricochet up there is because it was more of a delayed reaction because no one recognized his music. So they was like, who is this? It's more so like, who is this? And then when it happened, it was like a wave effect of, and then he came out. But yeah, as far as like instant pop, yeah, I would definitely say it was a three-way between Jamie, Nigel, and Bryan winning because I didn't expect Jamie Hayter at all. I think I kind of gave up hope on her coming back too because I was like, yeah, we're done here.
No, I knew that was coming regardless. I knew Jamie Hayter was for sure gonna come back. You had to do it. I gotta agree with the bro SP3 on that one. You kind of had to do it on this because if it wasn't in like her home country like that, given that it's been just about 16 months darn near, then it could have been
400
like
days and counting. Yeah.
Much like you, if you didn't do it then it would have been a moment to like just give up, like because you had the only thing there was some people that was a little in their field saying why do this during the pre-show, but I think the pre-show was perfect to do it because of the fact that remember they try to sell you with that pre-show a little bit, like hey, if you didn't buy the pay-per-view, here's a reason to buy it, and people seeing like, oh snap, Jamie Hayter's back, it might be enough to make them want to buy the pay-per-view because maybe they thought, oh, if she's back, she might get involved with Britt and Mercedes or something. You never know.
Nope.
Wasn't the case.
Spoiler, she did, and I think people online saying they don't even like each other, her Jamie and Britt. So I doubt that's ever going to happen.
I don't know if I believe all that just yet. We're gonna wait because if that's the case, Britt ain't got one hell of a reputation already right now.
Listen, if that wasn't the case, I'm pretty sure she would have returned on the main show. But I'm not one for drama or gossip. It's like we'll see if they ever work with each other. Because the one thing about wrestling is like people don't like each other, but they'll definitely work if business is on the line. Well, unless you're CM Punk and the Young Bucks.
And Omega, you got to throw Omega.
And Omega, Omega and Hangman and pretty much the Elite's followers. So. Yeah. But what you think? But as far as the casino battle royal, this casino gauntlet, I enjoyed it.
Me too, bro. I know some people might be. I saw where you tweeted, so I don't know if that just kind of shocked you or whatever. But like, I actually did love the outcome with Christian going over.
When after I processed it, I enjoyed it. When that was more so of an initial shot, like Christian, huh? But then when you actually pay attention to the actual story, it makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all for it. I would love Christian to be the one to beat Danielson at Wrestle Dream personally. I would love for him to do it. You know how much more of an a-hole he would be from doing that?
Being the world champion in WWE, TNA, and AEW. Even though I doubt they'll mention TNA.
Or WWE.
Or WWE.
He mentioned it.
They'll reference it. You already know they like to do the slick comments.
Oh yeah. They'll do something. But yeah, I think he's the perfect heel right now that would do it. I mean, because Nigel, I doubt would do it. They would just do that as a one last time between two rivals kind of thing. But Christian, hey, what does he got to lose? He's got the family. He's
You know, one thing I am tired of them doing is the will he won't they with Luchasaurus. Just stop.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care anymore. Just stick with Christian and call it a day. Like I don't care.
They can't help themselves, man. They can't. They I guess they just want to let you know it's there, lingering for whatever moment they decide to do it with. But like you said, after a while, you just don't care anymore, and it's well past that point.
Anyway, but yeah, Christian winning. Hangman. What do you think they doing with Hangman though? Because it's like, it's more so like, will he do you think they're gonna do him versus Swerve at World's End? Since Christian automatically has a world title match?
That's given all out to me, honestly.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah. That's given all out. Because if it wasn't gonna be All In, it's gotta be All Out. Their story, 2 weeks is more than enough time for them because they've already been telling their story going back to last year.
No.
So in their case, you can do that in 2 weeks. Now, my only question is, I'm still trying to figure out how the hell you're supposed to top their last match because I don't care how tensed up that man is since coming back and obsessed with Swerve. You can't outdo what y'all did in the second match. I could be wrong, bro, but I'm just saying we both voted that as a match of the year kind of thing. So, like, bro, I don't understand how you're going to top drinking that man's blood. Okay? There's literally nothing you can do. Unless you're going to chop this man's limb off or something, there is no way you're topping that. What?
You better give this man some ideas. While you playing. The way Hangman be looking, he about to stab a bitch.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I would not be surprised. That's why I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, man. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Outside of that, with Hangman, we'll definitely see. But also during that match, Ricochet, he got to actually keep his name. He's not Prince Puma anymore. He's still keeping his name. He is officially All Elite. The leader of Team Follicle, Invisible Follicle, is All Elite.
Wait a minute. Wasn't he Ricochet before WWE?
He was, but you know how WWE used to be with the copyright. Like once you join their company, they kind of make it tricky with the copyright thing. But now they pretty much have a rule now where if you leave the company, you can keep your name.
I was under the impression if you already made a name for yourself with said name, you keep it if you come to WWE. For example, like
WWE is petty. They've done that before to where they put you through the ringer with your name. Remember Keith Lee?
Yeah.
They literally tried to put him through the ringer with his name.
Like his own legal name?
His own legal name.
Interesting.
I remember that story coming out where it was like the trademark was becoming a trademark issue. So WWE had to file for that's the reason why they changed his name to Keith Bearcat Lee because they wanted the trademark.
That is hilarious.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that was the old regime though. Like the new one is like you can come in as Ricochet, Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, but if you ever like leave or no longer associate with the company, you keep that copyright. So
well,
like if Adam Copeland would have like waited out a couple of months, he would have been able to be Edge in AEW.
I'm sure that would have been nice for sure.
I still call him Edge, so I really don't give a shit. But Ricochet in AEW, what's your thoughts on? Because I feel like, and this might be controversial to some people, but I feel like he's doing the same. He's going to probably do the same thing he was doing in WWE as far as in-ring wise. Because it wasn't like they had him tone anything down. Like what the little snippets that we saw during this gauntlet match was what we saw on Raw and SmackDown respectively.
I'm gonna go against that and say that's not true. I think actually that little sample size is not enough for us to know that just yet.
No, I'm not saying like that's all he's gonna do. I'm saying like the first impression was like, oh, so he's basically doing what he's been doing.
You mean like in terms of character?
In ring wise.
Oh no, yeah. That's why I say I'm going against that. I think he's gonna show you some other difference. I think you're just getting a little, those type of matches. He can't really do what he normally would do. I think the Prince Puma version of him will showcase itself when the moment's right, depending on who they're trying to feud him up with first. That's the only thing. I'm just trying to see who they want to feud.
I'm the learning tree.
Man, you don't stop with that bull job, bro. Stop. No. Put that Negro way over there with the bottom feeders. Go put him over there with shoot. Go feud him up against Top Flight or something. God dang it. Go feud him up with Lee Moriarty. You know what I'm saying? Go feud him up with Go send him down there with them folk. Send him to Ring of Honor or something. You know what I mean? Nah, bump all that. Nah, you ain't finna doom my guy like that, bro. Nah, this man
If Tony
he ain't
Khan,
get killed and smashed through a car by Braun Breaker for no reason for this crap. Heck no.
if Tony Khan, bro, if Chris Jericho, Tony Khan, if Chris Jericho gave you an idea to battle the bald guy, please ignore him, please, because you're already stuck hook with him. We don't need Ricochet. I'm joking, but knowing that, like, I literally put out a tweet where I made the edit, and that jump blew up. It's like over 500K views because people was like, "Oh my god." I was like, "What?" I'm just joking, but knowing that, it's like, bro, you just gave this man an idea. I'm like, damn.
You wanna do that? You wanna give this man an idea?
Nah, I need him. If that's the case, then give me. I got a million good ideas. Listen to that. Don't listen to the one that I was joking. Shit. Man, you and Triple H, y'all annoy me.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all always listen to the bum ideas, but don't ever listen to the good ideas. But Ricochet and AEW is like, it's more so like another waiting game. Like, hopefully they pretty much utilize him to the point where he can take that next level, because I'm not gonna hold you. I know a lot of people, it's popular to say he was wasted in WWE. I feel like Ricochet wasn't wasted in WWE. Yes, he went through some questionable bookings under Vince when he was on the main roster, when the whole cat suit and all that stuff, where he was pretty much a superhero. But I feel like his last couple of months to a year there under Triple H, he was actually relevant and prominent. You can tell that he was kind of checked out. That's the difference between that and what we saw at All In. You can tell he felt rejuvenated. He was like, okay, I'm ready to try something new. And that's the name of the game when it comes to professional wrestling. Especially when you have two prominent companies like AEW, WWE. You have somewhere to stretch your wings. Will it be a hit? Will it be a miss? That is yet to be seen. We have to sit back and find out.
For his sake,
one thing.
go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say, for one thing, is like, we don't need to always jump to like, oh my God, he's going to AEW to basically do what everybody else is doing. I'm like, how do you know that? Like I just said, like you just corrected me. We can't really go all based off of what we see to determine if he's going to hit or miss. It's more so of a waiting game. So his first match is officially as All Elite is against Kyle Fletcher of the Dunn Callis family on Wednesday. So we'll see what story they have for him going forward, and see what else. What you about to say before we move forward?
What was I going to say? I mean, well, one, that should be a fun, Kyle Fletcher. But he's been in that singles role, like a enhancement talent, if you will. But Ricochet, man, honestly, I look forward to really seeing. I hope he gets the right mouthpiece, if it matters much for AEW. But he needs somebody, anybody. Like, I don't know who's possible that's still there, but if he can get like I don't know. Who would you suggest, though? Because I don't know who they really have that can just talk like that.
See, that's the thing, though. It's like AEW is more in-ring than
promos,
story,
right?
than promos, as far as like what's hit or miss. So if he doesn't get a mouthpiece, they can literally just play to his strengths and keep it short. Like, don't have him give a full-on dialogue. Just say, "Hey, I'm just finna whoop your ass." Like stuff like that. Like, get straight to the point and let his in-ring. Because when you think about it, how did Prince Puma get over in Lucha Underground? He said nothing.
But he also
until he eventually did. But he also wore a mask until he eventually did say something. But even then, it was brief.
And also remember, though, the difference with him and Prince Puma is Prince Puma still had a mouthpiece because he had Conan.
Yeah, Conan, then Rey Mysterio, I believe.
Yeah, now Rey Mysterio was more of a coach type in a sense,
But he
but
still
yeah, you could
did
say
his promos.
yeah, he did his promos from time, yeah, because he was still that silent mass wrestler. So yeah, that kind of counts because Conan is in those peak parts of man just being his.
Well, Conan now is doing whatever the hell they're doing down in Mexico, wearing a Judgment Day shirt. So
yeah, you
who
know,
knows
Conan
what this man is?
He a gangster, man. Let that man just be a Latin G. You feel me? He a Latin G. You keep it real. But nah, man. Best of luck to Ricochet and his venture. I would have loved to have seen him in TNA personally, but I understand AEW got that money that WWE got. So get money, and I pray that this don't mess up your relationship down the line somewhere, some kind of way, because you know how that goes. You know, separate companies, but
Oh yeah,
it worked
you
for
know
Naomi
with the
and Jimmy.
promo. Yeah.
It worked for Naomi and Jimmy though, you know. So, hey, I'm sure it can work for these two.
Just literally just relax. Like, don't fall into the whole WWE bad, AEW good stuff. Just have fun.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, and vice versa. Like the stuff,
and hopefully
it doesn't affect me. Yeah.
Because that's been the pattern. A lot of people come over from AEW to WWE has been saying that it's not as organized. Now WWE is not exactly always the greener grass, but some say they're at least more structured internally than AEW sometimes. So we'll see.
We'll see. That's more so of a Tony Khan thing. Indeed. So we'll see what they do with that. Next up is Will Ospreay is the new international champion after dethroning the American champion MJF. What did you think about this match compared to their damn near hour-long match on Dynamite?
Easier to digest because it wasn't an hour long. With a bigger crowd, it was more in it. They were more into it. Typical Dynamite crowd, even though Dynamos are always into their matches for sure. But like this one felt a bigger scale. As annoying as the build was, because of how we both have been feeling about MJF as of late, I'm glad that the story was basically, hey, nigga, hit that Tiger Driver, especially on him, because he deserves it. You hit
right.
it.
You like, bro, you hesitating on who? MJF?
The man who deserved it, wholeheartedly. But the important part of this all was the X Factor, which also popped of the night. My boy, our boy, Mr. Garcia, back in full effect. Except he wasn't doing all this. This morning got a fade. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there, this might be a new version. We ain't gonna get no dancing Daniel Garcia, I see. Nah,
I mean, dude almost broke his neck in story. So I hope he wasn't coming back dancing.
Yeah, he's standing on business with this one. So I can't wait to see this new version of Daniel Garcia. It seems to be more serious, and he finna be elevated. That's what it sounds like. So we could be future, should I say, Continental Classic champion, maybe?
Maybe TNT champion.
Okay, I can give you TNT champion. I don't know which one's the higher of the two, but sure, we can do that.
They all indifferent. They're all belts.
Yeah, they are all belts.
It depends on it depends on the interesting, who's interesting and who's not. That's how I look at AEW's belts.
I can see that point, except for the main title, because that's always the most important, no matter who holds it. It's just unfortunately, if it ain't the right person that we care for, oh well, but it don't diminish the title itself.
B Season on YouTube says, now that this has reached a narrative apex, did you guys buy into the validity of this feud, Ospreay MJF?
Good point. Nah. MJF, he just MJF'd it too much. That whole American champion thing was lame as hell.
Yeah, pretty much. He basically summed it up because I wasn't feeling it. I didn't care for it. Some people probably did. I'm not one of them. So it's like, yeah, I could have done without it. So that's why I was like, if now that the international championship is back to being the international championship, hopefully this whatever version of MJF that this was doesn't stick around at all, because it's like he was playing a character where he was practically racist online. And I'm like, so you're pretty much every stereotypical white pro-American heel since the early 2000s. I mean, not the early 2000s, since the early 80s and 70s. Yeah, I could do without that because I wasn't born then.
Yeah.
So I don't feel nostalgia for that type of character. I know some people do, but I'm not one of them. I don't feel nostalgic for those type of characters.
Yeah, nah, bro.
I don't care for it. I never care for it. If you do, that's between you and who you pray to. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I just didn't care for it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, pretty much you said it beautifully, really, because, again, it didn't really elevate. I would, personally, if this is the end of that, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't too much care to see these two go at it again, honestly. Do what you do with MJF and Daniel Garcia. Hopefully that doesn't bring Daniel Garcia down with the new iteration of him. That's an interesting take from the chat. Okay. But yeah, nah, man, just move on and I don't know, let MJF some. Like him and Jericho were both the same old stale acts, except one's just way older, so it's even more stale. You know what I mean? And it's just like, bro.
Stale like melted ice cream.
Actually, there's 3 stale acts because we don't get into the other stale act when you get to that match because I ain't even watched that one at all either. But yeah, let's go on to that next one we want to chop.
The next match that I pretty much want to talk about is the TNT Championship match. I'm pretty much getting the ones that we started off hot. I'm just getting the ones that wasn't that interesting in a way, but yeah, Jungle Jack Perry versus Darby Allin for the TNT Championship in a casket match. This was short and straight to the point.
Yeah, I'm glad
I watched it twice. I watched it twice and I was like, yeah, that was whatever.
I was kind of surprised that it was that short, really, because felt like they could have went a little longer with it. Coffin matches ain't normally that kind of short. Because even last year when Darby Allin did the tag team coffin match, that was a little longer than that. You know what I mean? But
unless he's still injured.
Yeah, that could have played a factor, bro. It could have. Or they just wanted to give more time to somebody else. Who really knows? Cool. Yes.
Oh, someone in the chat, Detective Wolf said they cut time due to curfew. So I'm guessing they had a curfew in the UK that they had to get out of there at a certain time.
Curfew for what age?
No, in general. Like, I think certain events, because, they're on a different time zone than we are. So they probably had like a curfew where it's like the event has to be out of there. I mean, because did they have a curfew last year? To where they had a dead set like out time?
I don't know, but that still meant you still could have cut some other matches if that still ain't really much.
Yeah, if that was the case.
Do you know how many other matches could have been cut? We'll get to the. Jericho could have been cut. That could have been the only thing that popped people was Taz. What the heck?
Literally, I still ain't watched the whole match. I literally tuned in right when Taz locked in the Taz mission.
Pretty much. That's all. Nigga, I was playing Madden. the whole time during that match.
People thought I was. People think I tweet just for engagement. Like, no, legitimately, I don't watch shit if I don't want to watch. I said, nope, I'm not watching that, and I don't watch it. I don't tweet for like, oh my god, this is a gimmick, this is act. No, I legitimately don't give a fuck about Chris Jericho like that. Man. Chris Jericho in the 2000s, Y2J, the list Jericho. I love those Jerichos. In the 90s, I love those Jerichos. This Jericho, you can keep it.
Past this time.
Exactly, no pop.
100%, dog. That's all I'm saying. I mean, for this match, there's other matches that could have been cut way shorter. But
B Season on YouTube said both of these guys, Perry and Darby, are the personification of the popularity ceiling problem AEW has. AEW can break stars, but has a big problem sustaining and growing to higher levels of success. The Jericho effect.
Pretty much. He's Hogan things a lot in ways that people don't realize. Or they're starting to realize. It's like, stunting the growth of a lot of the young talent. That's why I'm like, keep him away from Ricochet.
Because people need to understand. Yes, I'm joking, but yeah, please keep him away from Ricochet because he's been in a feud with Hook since February.
Yeah.
March, like February, March. I can even say April. Mm-hmm. It's the end of August. It's about to be September. Mm-hmm. They have a match on Dynamite tomorrow. They're running it back in an 8-man tag.
Oh God! You see, and that's what I'm talking about because this is bringing down Hook tremendously. That man has fallen so far down since the Samoa Joe match he had when Samoa Joe was champ. That was putting him in the right direction, and somehow since this Jericho stuff, it's just took him further and further down the totem pole. To a point where he's getting more exposed in terms of his mic skills and everything. Overall appeal. You remember not that long ago, I believe it was a year or two ago, everybody was raving about Hook and how much Dominic sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And look at how the two have gone reverse since, where Dominic is as high as he's ever been, being in his pocket as that crappy heel. You know what I'm saying? That people
I feel like a lot of people, I feel like I need to address what a lot of people need to understand about popularity. Because people see, oh my God, when someone said, oh, AEW cannot sustain popularity, you have to understand. AEW has their fan base. WWE has their fan base. What people mean by popularity being sustained, do you see Darby Allin talked about casually? No. Who from genuine question, popularity wise, since everything is so sustained and like, because people say the popularity of AEW isn't really creating stars. Outside of your hardcore fans, who from AEW is talked about?
On like a mainstream level?
In general, like outside of the bubble of the internet wrestling community. Because you'll see some people talk about Jade Cargill. You'll see some people talk about John Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose. You'll see some people talk about pretty much people from WWE that got the WWE rub that was popular in the WWE that came over to AEW. Who, like, can you off the top of your dome? Like, I'm not even trying to cause no drama, no stir, but like, this is a legit question.
So now you're just talking about straight up AEW.
Because I'm seeing like a double, like someone on one side says AEW has a problem with containing popularity. The other one says false.
Okay.
Swerve is a good example. Like his popularity is skyrocketing to where people are mentioned.
He is. I mean, and you can count him because of the fact that his WWE rub didn't really count because
He
was still
didn't.
finding himself. Hit Row was over and it got catapulted too quickly, and that phased it out to where he had to rebuild in AEW.
Vince didn't know how to book a hip hop group. That's all it was.
Triple H though. Triple H don't know how
Triple
to
H,
book black people.
for sure.
Period. So therefore,
Yeah.
like, remember now, that was kind of Hit Row made Hit Row. Triple H didn't even do that. So it was like,
True.
you know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not even just a Vince thing. But to answer your point, I guess Swerve by default's the only one then, because you ain't talking. You could have been talking about a Wardlow. Tony Storm's getting close to that, but not quite there.
So basically, this whole online discourse is basically like it's still perspective, because I keep seeing that all the time where people's like, "Oh, AEW is popular. AEW is not popular." You know, I don't give a shit because I watch what I like. I like who I like. I support who I like.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, okay, well, how do we put this to bed? Do we just continue to ignore it? Or
I guess we continue to ignore it for now, but you know, if it becomes a thing where you don't.
But with Swerve, you're going to see him hit his ceiling soon. I need you to elaborate, because is this from your perspective because you just don't see AEW growing, or is it because you just see the writing on the wall? Because I feel like I've seen that a lot too, where people are like, "Oh, you're going to hit the ceiling. You're going to hit the ceiling." How can you determine that someone is going to hit a ceiling?
Facts.
Without actually like
I guess the only way I could maybe try to elaborate that, and like I said, only Beast can answer that for himself, but I guess because usually as what we see, once you win that title, you don't see too many people repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess because he won that title now, that's like his ceiling there. Now, granted, his name can still elevate. So the title, the title don't always make the man. The man can make the title. So in his case, he can elevate even more from after that. And if it leads to him winning the title again in the future, cool. But again, we don't really see that often, but with a handful of people. So it's just on TK and management at that point. But
that'll be good. That'll be a good homework for like a future like debate or with multiple creators. Like, what do you see? Like this argument of this person mainstream, because a lot of people like to use ratings, not realizing that in the year of 2024, nobody watches fucking TV. They stream, they record. Nothing is like the 90s. Like, if you're still on the philosophy of the 90s popularity, wrestling in general is not popular like you think it is.
It was, yeah.
I promise you. Like, WWE, AEW, doesn't matter. Wrestling is not as popular as you think it is. Yeah, people who still, because there's people who still reference it as WWF or WCW. Like, or the wrestling matches. So that whole using the ratings, people got to understand. Instead of making it like this debate about, oh, this person's popular, do you like them? Do you want to support them? That's what I mean by this. It's like mainstream crossover popularity is something that is tangible and undeniable. AEW has a problem getting to that level and then keeping either the stories fresh to avoid burying or leaving to WWE. Also, wrestling is more popular than you realize to casual viewers. You sure? Genuinely, you sure? I'm not trying to act like a know-it-all, but like, are you sure about that? So I'm basically saying this is like wrestling fans need to get out their bubble, get off their high horse. I'm not talking directly to you, Beast. I'm talking in general statement because I see social media like literally every time like people want to bring up ratings or saying, oh, the AEW is only popular online. WWE this, WWE is better than this. It's like, do you even like wrestling? Because every time people bring it up, they always want to bring about the negatives. Did you enjoy this? Did you enjoy this pay-per-view? Did you enjoy this moment? Did you enjoy this? Did you enjoy that? No. The ratings prove otherwise. Why are you talking about ratings when we're talking about wrestling as fans? We're not in the company. We don't work for the company. I don't have stock in AEW. AEW is a privately owned company. They're not on a public stock exchange. Why do I give a shit if Tony Khan can only draw 500K viewers a week? Did I enjoy the show? Sometimes I don't. You know what I do? I talk about what I enjoy.
Yep.
The fact that I even know who Swerve is means a lot, and you know how much I travel and how little I watch week to week. Yeah, that's more so on Swerve and what he's been able to accomplish.
Well, Ospreay has potential to turn into what they say about where Swerve is. He's got potential to do it as an original.
Yeah.
Britt Baker could have been that and was supposed to be that, but she's messed that up.
Bro, that match was ass. Britt Baker versus Mercedes Moné, like, bro, I was like, oh my god, I can literally do anything else right now. That match was ass. I ain't even, y'all can have that. What did you like it?
Explain that. Go a little deeper with that one.
Basically, what I mean is you can tell that I don't know personally what's going on. It could have been like, because I say it like this. I'm gonna keep it simple. Not everybody has chemistry.
Okay.
Not everybody is going to sink in that ring. You have your Mercedes versus Charlotte Flair. You have your Mercedes versus Bianca Belair. Bianca versus Becky. A lot of people sink.
Mercedes and Bayley.
Mercedes and Sheeta, they synced. Mercedes and Stephanie Valkyrie, they synced. Not everybody's going to sink.
Britt and Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, even her match with who? Oh yeah, Britt and Thunder Rosa before that whole situation. A lot of people sink. A lot of people swim. A lot of people are in. A lot of people are in tune with each other. A lot of people are not. This match wasn't it for me. I didn't enjoy it at all. I was like, I'm ready for this to be over with. Like Mercedes tried her best. Britt, for all intents and purposes, tried her best. But yeah, this match should have went on second, and Tony versus Mariah should have went on co-main event.
I heard people mention that. The only thing about it is, it looked like it actually worked out perfectly given what match this had to go after. I wouldn't have wanted that for Tony and Mariah. Even with how over Tony is and how the hometown really gravitated to Mariah. I'm kind of glad it went second. Because they usually say that's kind of a tough spot to be after the hot opening first contest. They made that work for that second spot. But I get what you mean because, like later in the card is usually a good spot too. But this match, I'm not going to go so low to say it was crap that way, like you said it, but wasn't the best. Would I want to see it again? Would I want to see it again? No, not right away.
No. It was asked to me, and that is okay.
No, yeah,
All
for sure.
matches are not for everybody, and that is fine. I promise. That's not me trying to be different or me trying to join on any bandwagons. That's literally, it is perfectly fine. Every match ain't for me.
Agreed.
And this was one of them.
And I'm gonna be with you because, like I said, I didn't necessarily say that this was for me either. But I won't go as far as what you said about how on the level of where you grade it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, for all we know, like you said, it could have just been a chemistry thing. It looks like for the most part. So I wouldn't want to see it again. You know, Britt just gotta, you know, move on. Who else can you wrestle that you haven't wrestled before? You know, let's see who else you can. You know, in Mercedes' case, Jamie Hayter's back. Let's see what you can do with her. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The possibilities for Mercedes opponents is endless, but it's just like, yeah, some hits, some misses. It is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna get on here and bash the wrestlers because I'm not in there taking the bumps. They are. But I'm just saying, as far as from a consumer point of view, the match isn't for me. It was ass to me. Like, a lot of people, I have to reiterate with a lot of people, not you, but a lot of people, I have to reiterate, when I say something is ass, I am only talking about me, Josh, Gresh. That's it. I'm not talking on behalf of everybody. People can agree or agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, I'm only referencing me because that is my opinion. That always gets lost in the sauce because a lot of people always assume that you're attacking somebody, which is never the case. Just so y'all know.
If you didn't directly mention their name and say, oh, I don't know, Chris Jericho, you know, you're not talking directly to the individual.
Beast on YouTube, he said the chemistry aspect is an understated conversation that needs more discussion because I agree that this is also a big issue in AEW. I love the brand, but why are these people in conflict? W topic. Yeah, it's basically, yeah.
Good point.
A lot of people don't have good. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't have that conversation. Is because, like, a lot of people don't understand the art of professional wrestling. It's an art. It's contact sport theater. It is predetermined. You like this. It's the same as a movie. Some people on screen, you can feel their relationship is forced. But then you have some characters or some actors and characters that you be like, are they really dating? Are they really brother and sister? Are they really this and that? Because they actually, it's all about the talent and the actor and if they actually like somebody or not. Case in point, Taraji P. Henson and damn it, his name is skipping my mind. Lucius.
Oh.
Terrence Howard. His name was literally slipped my mind. They have chemistry as Cookie and Lucius. But sometimes Taraji doesn't really have chemistry with a lot of her fellow actors. And that is okay. Same thing can go for wrestling here. Mercedes doesn't have chemistry with everybody. Britt doesn't have chemistry with everybody, and vice versa. It is what it is. Yeah. But someone who did have chemistry, because we don't want to spend too much time on All In, because we still got the preview and predictions, and then we got to get up out of here, because a boy got to get up in a couple of hours. But speaking of great chemistry, Mariah May and Toni Storm.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great match.
Yeah, man, that was their version of Mickie James, Trish Stratus, in a sense. The first time they met, kind of thing on the WrestleMania stuff. You know, like that classic staple where you say 10, 15, 20 years from now, you're going to see them face to face and remember that moment of, man, you remember that match they had it all in? Very, very reminiscent of something like that. And man, what kind of heel would you be when you slap your own mother? You even channel just Stephanie McMahon on you, girl. She going all in, pun intended. You know, like, good God. You know, we saw blood. You know, I know some people kind of get a little etchy and sketchy when they see women bleeding, but hey, it added to the chemistry. It added to the match and the story. Did so much. Again, I was wrong on this one, but I was pretty close to being right. But at the end of the day, I'm not mad at the decision, and it looks like AEW has mirrored WWE in terms of, well, just like the King of the Ring, now the Owen Hart Foundation winners, finally. Looks like whenever there's a title on the line, they both win.
Is she the first to win?
Yeah.
From the Owen?
Yeah. Because nobody else got a title shot from the Owen. Remember?
This is true.
They all just had that. They just had the little belt and paraded it around.
Which is stupid, by the way. Keep that.
Exactly. You know? And if you notice, she didn't even bring that belt out because there was no point in bringing that
She did.
out. Oh, she did?
She did.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. I must have missed that part. Sorry, y'all. My bad. But the fact is, this was the first where they said the Owen Hart Foundation winner actually gets a championship title match at their biggest show of the year. Thank you for that picture. And there you go. Both winners went over, just like King of the Ring at SummerSlam, and both King of the Ring winners, King and Queen of the Ring, won their championship matches. So, let's see if this trend continues amongst both companies, because now fans are intrigued as far as what happens for next year's winners, because they want to see who's going to be the next to be elevated. I'm excited to see what Mariah May does as champion now. I'm excited to see who she feuds with. Can she continually tell other stories the way she did with Toni Storm with some of these other ladies? Let's see.
True. To wrap up our talk on anything else with all in, because overall the show was it was solid. It was fun. It was a fun time, but overall it was solid. Like
fun time, yes. But one thing I will say: screw the Young Bucks. That's enough. I never liked the Young Bucks, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not a Young Bucks fan.
Yeah, that triple threat match, I didn't care for.
You talk about AWS. That, for me, was AWS. Another match I played Madden through. You know,
I mean, at least we got the Grizzled Young veterans come out.
I don't care. I never liked them either. Yeah, they can wrestle, but they're freaking boring as hell as characters, bro. Like, what the freak? I didn't care about them in the Schism. What the freak I care about them now for? It's like, no. Do better with your tag team. How is Private Party? How is Top Flight? How are these other tag teams that I want to see still at the bottom of the barrel on the same old level? But you got these other little tag teams can wrestle just as good as these guys. Just saying. Private Party could end up in WWE, and I guarantee you they would shine a lot better. Maybe even Top Flight.
This man Hi-Lite said,
exactly, no pop.
Hey, man.
He said, man, forget these niggas.
Yeah, bro. I just wish AEW would go back to their original mission of making tag team wrestling, prominent like they were supposed to do, and it just hasn't been that since. So, just a little, hey. And that trios division?
Deshaun on Twitch said, notice how Bryan Danielson uses the final countdown he locks in ever since joining AEW. So every time he brings the final countdown out, he's always locked in. Makes sense.
Get ready for it at Wrestle Dream, except
the trios division is interesting. You notice how when Bryan won, Pac was out there?
Yeah.
He basically the light skinned Ant Viv of the Blackpool Comeback Club. Like Mox, you look different. Is it your hair?
Oh man, hey, good point, brother.
Is it your hair? Like what happened?
He got a makeover, I guess.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention Sting. Sting came out. A lot of people thought he came out of retirement. No, he just special attraction.
Special attraction, and Yeah, no, totally unexpected, but hey, I'm cool with it. Did what it needed to do. You know what I mean? Um, yeah,
The elite
that's
in
the
general, just like whatever to me at this
yeah,
point.
yeah, bro. They have not been watchable since the era of when Kenny Omega was champ, and even then, you could argue about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's just I'm tired of the elite. I get that it's all elite wrestling, but I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
All right, so let's go ahead and give our speaking of all elite wrestling, we got one more show, and that is the AEW All Out, which is going down on September 7th, 2024. And we only have one match confirmed for this. And that is Will Ospreay defending the AEW International Championship against the only one half or 1/3 of the Trios champions, Pac. Remember, he became the number one contender, so this match is going to happen. And I guess for our betting odds, over Ospreay retains, because I doubt he's gonna do that. So I forgot
Sure.
I doubt he's gonna drop the title that quick. So
Nah, yeah, definitely over for sure.
I guess now we can do our preview and predictions for Bash in Berlin, which is going down this Saturday, and then No Mercy, and then we get the hell up out of here. So this man can finish his
Oh,
fantasy.
that's been done, bro.
Oh, that's been done. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Bash in Berlin 2024. Are you excited about this, man? This pay-per-view?
Sort of. I know people really kind of. Let's just keep it this way. Some people fantasized, if you want to say it like that. Pause, just in case. They wanted to see this man and Ilya Dragunov run it back, but Ilya hasn't been built up to that point right now, so it's not really time, nor is he ready for that spot. So the fact that they went with the Randy Orton thing and chose to do it now, cool. I'm sure the match will slap. The build-up just made me kind of go, a little bit. But I'm sure the match will slap.
I feel the same. First match is that we're going to talk about is Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. Give your preview right quick, and I will be right back.
All right, let's do it. I mean, it's really pretty simple here. I'm hoping this actually tops what they did at the King of the Ring. Obviously, it's gonna have a more definitive finish. I definitely feel like Randy is promising with the story based of this match, based off what's been talked in these promos. Randy literally just said on Raw that he guarantees that he's going to hit an RKO on Gunther, while Gunther has been like, I'm not going to let you hit it. So my guess here is, if I'm going over-under, on the chances of Randy Orton hitting an RKO for a false finish, I'm going to go very over that Randy Orton definitely hits that RKO. And dare I say, we either get a ref bump or we just get a near fall and Gunther kicks out. But I'm going over, way over, that Randy Orton. Welcome back, Josh. Of an over-under here. Before I got to the over-under match itself, I said, the story seems to be Randy Orton plans to hit his RKO on Gunther. Meanwhile, Gunther's like, you're not going to hit that RKO on me because you already hit it on me, expecting it, right? So the over-under on Randy actually hitting it, I'm going way over that he will hit it for a potential false finish or ref bump kind of situation. And then, of course, I'm going over that Gunther is going to absolutely retain his first title defense in.
Okay, so you basically got Gunther retaining, but Randy Orton hitting the RKO for a false finish, kind of like a sense of self-doubt. Okay, that's your official pick, though.
For sure.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. All right, cool. RKO false finish. I'm gonna go straight up Gunther retaining, and it's gonna be a great match that we're going to pretty much see where Triple H has Gunther going when it comes to this this reign with Gunther. I don't see him necessarily duplicating his Intercontinental title reign. I see it interesting enough to where they're going to build someone up simultaneously to take the title from him, and then we will go from there. Actually, so the next match we have is for the undisputed WWE Universal. Yep, John Cena. For the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Kevin Owens challenging Cody Rhodes for the title. They've been teasing a heel turn for Kevin Owens, but in a way where it's like he's determined to not turn heel because they've been building up, like they've been showing highlights of him turning on partners left and right, which he says deserve it outside who deserve it outside of Kofi Kingston.
Which says a lot, because Sammy, what did he ever do to deserve it? That's your best friend, bro.
Sammy's like, what'd you say fuck me for?
Yeah, exactly.
What did I do?
Hey, bro, I thought Sammy what the
He said, yo, we best friends, but you deserve that. I'm like, all right. But as far as this one, I see Cody retaining. Like, and I feel like they're going to do. Does Kevin Owens turn heel? It would be predictable because they did something literally just similar with AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
But the only difference is AJ Styles was more so a fake retirement than KO turning heel. Then directly turning heel. So I see Cody retaining, but then KO doesn't turn heel per se, but not for if he does turn heel, I feel like he turns heel because he feel like Cody should have trusted him, if that makes sense. To where it's like he's like, bro, you are my friend, but since you keep thinking that I'm going to turn heel, I'm just going to do it because fuck you. What about you?
Well, if it wasn't for the predictability of the fact that we know Cody's holding on to this title for quite a while, as we know, because when you beat Roman, you gotta have that title for a long time. Thanks, Roman. Appreciate you for that long run, man. But I definitely think, I get a feeling we're gonna get that okey doke where Cody goes over, KO comes so freaking close, and I mean so freaking close, to a point where I think we're gonna get a Tommaso Ciampa Gargano here, where like get the win, Cody goes over, they celebrate, maybe shakes in, and it's kind of like that double bait. At first, it makes you think that he's gonna turn, and then he doesn't, and then boom, classic KO. Except this will be a KO that mirrors the KO from when he first turned on Sammy in NXT. I think we're getting, because we do need some more heels. Realistically speaking, SmackDown is very, very thin heel department right now. And he goes heel, they could run it back a couple more times until, gosh, I guess because you need.
Do you risk? I'm about to say, do you risk the boredom of that? Because I feel like that would be kind of boring.
It depends, because Kevin Owens has always been a way better heel than he's ever been a babyface. Me personally, I always love heel KO way better than babyface.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like Cody shouldn't have a year-long title reign. I feel like he should drop it before Mania. That's just me. Because we've dealt with multiple year title reigns.
He probably will, because those factors of, you heard Solo say what he said. Clearly that's not done. But then Roman's still a factor. Rock is still a factor. There's a bunch of different ways they can go with this. One of these three is taking this title off Cody. So, I just don't know which one. I don't know.
Okay. Robert on YouTube, we go live every Tuesday, unless stated otherwise, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after NXT. But yeah, so you basically going with what? Cody?
Oh, yeah, Cody. I just got KO turning heel potentially after the match. So I'm more over on that.
Oh, no, I probably didn't explain too. Like, I see KO turning heel, if not directly after the match, on down the line, because this is Triple H booking. You know, he likes to drag shit out for no damn reason.
That he does.
No reason at all. Like, brother, get to the point. I promise. Speaking of getting to the point, we have the mixed tag team match. Women's World Champion Liv Morgan and Dirty Dominic Mysterio of the New Judgment Day versus the Terror Twins of Rhea Ripley and former World Heavyweight Champion, Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest.
Well, this sounds pretty easy enough for me. Going with the Terror Twins.
Mm-hmm. Going with the Terror Twins? I kind of...
They need their get back.
I kind of see this match. I'm just going to throw this out there. Like, it can be false or whatever. I see this match ending in a screwy no contest type gimmick. Because your newly formed anti-heroes can't afford to lose. Your new heel faction or new reformed heel faction of the Judgment Day can't afford to lose. I feel like somebody is going to get involved in this and cause it to basically end in a no contest, and someone is getting written off, at least until Bad Blood, whether it's probably by a concerto. Remember, that's been their whole thing since Judgment Day formed, is chairs and concertos. So I see either Damian Priest or Rhea Ripley getting written off. I doubt it'd be Rhea Ripley because she just came back, but I feel like Damian Priest is probably going to get written off some way, shape, or form to kind of give that emotional back itch from Rhea Ripley to get that rematch against Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship, probably at Bad Blood in Atlanta.
Okay. All right.
So I feel like this will be a pretty much a match that is a segment type gimmick. You know how they do, where they basically use a match to set up a segment to advance the story.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
So I vote for either no contest or a disqualification.
I'm with that.
Because that's the thing. That's what I got you. But I'm saying that's the thing with Triple H's booking. He likes to drag shit out. There's no such thing as instant gratification. I promise you. The New Day and the Judgment and the Final Testament, we had to sit through that.
And we're still sitting through it. Because, I mean, Kofi is in a whole match in that Intercontinental title tournament. And who was in it? Carol. So in some way, shape, or form, it's still right.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Not that time, Chris Jericho. Oh, man.
Your internet going in and out, by the way. But there you go. You good. The next match is a strap match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This match has been pretty much built up over a bracelet, but it's the principle of the contents of said bracelet. So, hey, this is what we are. Strap match, four corners. It is what it is. I'm not losing any sleep over it. I wish it was the other way where it was just a straight up fight with the strap, but it is what it is with the four corners. It's a way to, I guess you could say, protect either man from taking a pin. So that's the way you can look at it. So it is what it is. But as far as the winner goes, I see CM Punk just slipping out with the win to even this feud, for them to go 1-1 just to justify for a rematch. So I definitely see CM Punk winning. Basically, he's slipping out of the way of, like, he's slipping. So, and some people in the chat agree. It's like they see CM Punk setting up a rubber match. What about you?
Yeah, from jump, I got CM Punk getting the win to get his win back, mainly because there's no Seth Rollins factor in the middle of this one. There's nothing to distract him this time. And this is how he gets his bracelet back as well. So, yeah, this is going to set up their rubber.
Whatever that may be is seen to be the case. Some say Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell. Some say Survivor Series.
I'm thinking Hell in a Cell too, brother. It's been a while since we had one of those. I'm thinking Hell in a Cell.
The last Hell in a Cell we had was what? Edge versus Finn Balor?
Yeah, it feels like a long time ago.
Even though it was it last year?
LA
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
Yeah, last year. Yeah, so it was last year.
That's still a long time ago.
Did we not have a Hell in a Cell since then?
Nope. That's why I said.
Oh yeah, because they did cancel the pay-per-view, didn't they? Like they no longer do Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Thank God.
What better way to do one than Bad Blood, brother?
Oh, I'm not against it. I was just trying to legit rack my brain with when the last time we had a Hell in a Cell. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, been a minute, man.
That is crazy. And the last match was just confirmed on Monday. It is for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Team Superheroes, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus the Unholy Union in Abba Fire and Isla Dawn. New champs. New champs. Oh, before we move on to NXT No Mercy and get up out of here, did you see Bianca is going to be on Belair? I don't know if you watch Belair.
Of course I watch Belair.
I gotta ask because a lot of people still don't watch it. So okay, because some people still don't watch it. That's why I'm asking.
I'm
Okay,
a Fresh Prince fan of anything, so I'm watching Belair, Fresh Prince, Belair, all of them. No, I did not see it was gonna be on there, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Belair is literally
they aired I saw it on Twitter. They aired a commercial. Yeah, she's gonna be there on Thursday because they've been releasing 3 episodes per week. So
good. That means I get to see her and Coco Jones in the same picture. That's a win.
Oh, I think she's gonna be mainly involved in Will's story. So you may get her. You may get her and Coco. You may get her and Coco. You may not. I don't know.
Yeah, it don't matter. I get Coco Jones and Bianca Belair in the same episode. I'm good. It ain't gotta be on the same frame. I'm just getting them in a view, and I'm like, hey, perfect.
Man, one thing about Belair is they cast nothing but gorgeous people. Yeah. Across the board. So.
I wish Montez was gonna be in it too. It would have been nice to have them both in there, but I get it.
I get it. Bianca Belair, the whole pun is there. But yeah, man, that is our preview and predictions for Bash in Berlin that goes down this Saturday. Depending on what time it is, we might pull out a classic post-show review if the show is actually good. Don't quote us on it though.
Yeah. So, TBD.
If the show, TBD. Next up, we have, before we get up out of here, this is going to be the speed round version for No Mercy. Okay. And that is going to be for No Mercy that go down this Sunday on September 1st. I believe the time is the same because they are in Denver. Well, no, I think their time is going to be slightly early. I think they're going to go at like 7 because they're like 2 hours behind us or 2 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
Because it's Denver.
Okay.
So yeah, it depends on the time, but yeah, it's a solid card for the most part. Like not solid, like I feel like I'm not as excited about this card like most people are. I'm probably like excited. I even text you that I'm only excited for like probably like 2 matches.
Yeah. I gotta see the card, but I think I know which 2 matches you're referring to.
First match for the Men's World Championship. Ethan Page defends the NXT Championship. Who you got?
Unfortunately.
Same here, because it's like I doubt. I mean, they could throw us off, but I doubt that they'll put the title on a TNA guy.
Yeah, Josh Alexander's my bet for why he loses.
Facts. For the NXT Men's Tag Team Championship, I don't know why I say men's like that's the only tag team championship they got. Chase U defends against Faxium, Nathan Frazier and Axiom. I feel like this might be the time that they're probably going to turn one of them heel, or they're probably going to turn both of them heel after they lose. I think you said that last week, but I definitely see Chase U retaining. I
agree. Give me Chase for the retain, man.
And this next match for the Women's Championship, we literally saw her slap the taste out of her mouth on NXT. Well, I did. You probably got to watch the clip. Jada Parker. Oh, you did? Okay. Jada Parker challenges Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. This will be a double points for us. Winner, and who do you think debuts after this? Because they purposely tease someone off camera. So someone is going to debut at No Mercy.
Okay. Roxanne Perez to retain. Stephanie Vacure as your debut.
Okay. And I'm going to do basically. The chat says Jada is just that girl. Yeah, she's great on the stick. She's you can teach her wrestling, but you cannot teach charisma and natural talent. She has that natural talent, so she's going to go far. I know Beast Mode on Facebook want to press circle for Miss Parker, but
she ain't ready.
I don't see.
It's not.
She's not winning that title. She's not winning that title. Roxanne is going to retain, but I know you say Stephanie, but I'm going to go with Julia debuting because she just finished in Japan. So I feel like they're going to put her here. Either one is fine, in my opinion. Either one is perfectly fine. And that's when you're going to start that feud with Roxanne, and then Roxanne's going to drop it to whoever, and then they're going to call Roxanne up to the main roster because I feel like she's ready for that main roster.
You know, before we even mention call up, can we still?
Where's Kiana James?
Not even her. Where the hell is Lyra Valkyria? Chick ain't been on TV in weeks. What the hell going on?
Wasn't she on there like? Was she there 2 weeks ago? She was with the dancing people.
They don't change the fact they've done nothing.
Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
My point exactly. That's not good company to be around if you haven't noticed, my friend.
All
due respect to them, I love Kaden Carter a lot, her fine self, but listen, that's not good company, okay? They barely see TV, and when they do, it's like, oh, yeah, you guys are still up here. They were more featured in NXT. Meanwhile, Lyra is just, kind of floating. And Kiana James is nowhere to be seen. Do you really want Roxanne to go and be a part of that same cycle? Because unless she on SmackDown, I don't want to see her on Raw.
And that's the thing. SmackDown is already stacked to fruition.
But see, she can hang with that at least.
Raw is hollow as hell. Hell, you don't even see Natalia. I don't even know where the hell she at.
See, that's the thing. Raw is hollow because of the fact that they choose not to use the ones that could have made it better. I know you know I'm not the biggest Lyra Valkyria fan, but the way she was pushed in NXT so quickly. Where she's
Katana got a nose injury, so they dropped the feud.
All
so
right.
she got injured.
That's fine. But what about Lyra?
I guess they put them as a package. I don't know, man.
Yeah, we got. I just need some answers. That's all. Just a few answers.
Paul just needs to. It's like if you merge the way Sean books the women in NXT with the way Triple H books the men on the main roster will be the perfect recipe.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It Speaking of women, challenging for the NXT North American Championship Women's Edition is Wendy Chu and Kalani Jordan.
Well, that's an easy one.
Kalani.
Nothing more, nothing less. All due respect to Miss Karen Q, Wendy Chu.
Chu.
It's all signs point to line. Sorry. Then again, though, you could potentially get another debut right here. Who's to say one or the other of our picks don't show up for this one too? Just saying now. Maybe both of our debuts show up. And one's after this one while the other one's after the other. You just never know.
This is true. The next match we have is grudge match. Former Rascals, former members of the teammates MSK, Wesley versus Zachary Wentz.
Mm-hmm. One of the ones I know that you're excited for. I can already tell because this one's actually one that's had a great story behind it. I too am excited for this one. Match of the night, no doubt.
I still see Wes. I see Wes winning, but he's going to cheat to continue the story, or he can win it clean. But I definitely see Wes winning.
I see Wes winning, and I see him winning clean.
Okay.
I don't see it continue.
I just want to be straight to the point because I enjoyed the build that they did on NXT. I mean, I enjoyed everything about it, but yeah, I definitely see Wes winning straight. Like I just see him winning with this one. And last but certainly not least, for the men's North American Championship, we have Obafemi versus Tony D'Angelo. Like I said last week when we did our betting odds, I stand firm. I'm not betting against Oba.
Well,
because I did that one too many times, and I got let down. So I'm just gonna go with Oba.
Well, unfortunately, brother, unlike your Bryan Danielson situation when you refused to have faith in the man, he proved you wrong. Therefore, I have never gone against Oba until today. Because one thing about a Don is that a Don is always going to come out on top some kind of way. Therefore, I got the Don taking your new North American champions.
Oh, we also didn't mention during the men's NXT championship, Trick Williams will be the guest referee.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is how they incorporate him on the show. Okay. Huh.
Yep. So, and I looked in the Discord. I was in the Discord, in the Gresh Discord. I was like, why do I feel like they finna turn Trick heel? Or part of me is like it's a gut feeling. Hopefully it's just gas, but it's the gut feeling that Trick Williams is going to turn heel.
I don't know. I'm still sticking with my Josh Alexander here. I think Trick just gets taken out.
By Pete Dunne?
No. Probably just by a ref ball, which causes Josh Alexander to get involved. And then either forces Trick to eventually snap out of it and wake up to count to 3, or some other referee gets in. But, you know, screaming Josh Alexander here. And that's mainly because of the story in TNA with Mr. Joe Hendry that's being told.
Okay. Okay. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our quick speed round preview and predictions for No Mercy that goes down literally this Sunday. And that is our show. What you got coming up, my brother?
Yeah, man. Honestly, for the most part, we are getting ready for a big concert in October. So the Get Right concert coming up in October, of course, in September. If you're in the NYC area, make sure you catch your boy on September 27th. Jamaica, New York will be in the Queens area. So check my IG for details, and you can definitely grab your ticket. Come pop up on the kid. So you got bars. You know what it is. Other than that, man, follow your boy at Hi-Lite Life, HILITE Life. Salute to our brother DJ, who's in the process of getting one step closer to marriage. But make sure you follow his brand while he's prepping for that life. And follow him at OTS Media Co. And catch us at Bad Blood if you're in Atlanta.
Yeah, just don't be weird, because I will ignore you. I will ignore you.
Yes.
We will be with family. So you will be ignored. I promise. I will act like you're an invisible wall. I will act like you are transparent. I will see right through you and let you act like a plum fool. Might, and you never know who might be around that might whoop your ass too. So just be mindful. That's all I would say. But other than that, make sure you guys catch us here. Appreciate y'all for rolling deep, 400 plus for this installment of the Gresh Unleashed podcast. Not many tech issues here, which is progress. But make sure you guys scan that QR code if you want to subscribe to the podcast for audio format, where we upload the audio version of this podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. If you missed any portion of this show, make sure you guys check it back, check video on demand, audio on demand, all the good stuff. But your boy got to go to bed because I got to be up in about 6 hours for the last day of this show that I'm currently working, and then I'm free for the rest of the week to do whatever I want to do. But we appreciate you guys for rocking with us. And honestly, you got a song of the week before we get up out of here?
Ooh, a song of the week, my friend. Let's see. Man, we were slipping on it last week, so I'm glad you asked that one. You know what? I'm gonna go with Tim and The Way I Are.
Hey, I respect it. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go old school with this one again. I'm gonna go Church, T-Pain.
Okay.
Because it's been in my gym playlist a lot. Speaking of my gym playlist, I'm still updating it myself. I might make it public so you guys can listen to it. It got the touch of wrestling, touch of some smooth hip hop. My gym playlist doesn't make a lick of sense, but it gets you through the session. That's all it is. Come on. But with that, make sure you guys stay true to yourself, stay strong, and remember, if you don't remember anything in life, if anybody is talking behind your back about you, they're behind you for a reason. Look forward. That is all. And with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets, and remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out. Y'all be breezy.